Where did you live?
I lived in
There it is.
What year, Car?
when I got married to me,
What year was
just,
it?
Where did you live during World War II, which was?
I lived in Hillside, and then I moved to Eastland.
Where'd you move?
Hillside, New Jersey. And then I moved to Island, ISBN.
Okay. That was the background noise.
Yes, so what year was the war?
1939.
39, so how old was Aunt Dot in 1939?
44? 45?
I was born in 1914.
So 15. Oh, 25. Okay.
I think you're
Okay.
25.
And you got married when you were 19 years old?
And you had
20.
a
20,
Almost
okay.
21.
And how old were you when you had your child?
I had her in 1934. I got married in 33,
Okay.
and I had her in 35.
Okay, right in the middle of the whole thing there. You want to film a little so I can ask?
Okay. What sacrifices at home did you guys make? What sacrifices did you make to help the war?
Sacrifices.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they gave us something, told us to buy some things we couldn't buy. And we had to put our lights out at night, you know. We couldn't have lights on at night because we didn't want the enemy to see anything. So it was dark, and we had to abide by the rules they gave you. What you could do and what you couldn't do.
So did you have rations and things like that?
Yeah, they had stuff that you could get and you couldn't get. Yeah.
Did you have coupons, or how did they do that?
Well, I think they gave us a coupon.
Did you have to donate a lot of stuff to the war?
Donate?
Yeah.
No.
Like items? No?
No.
Okay.
But have a brief on what they told you to do. Like if you have your lights out, you know, you have the lights on, and you had to more or less follow the rules.
Did you have to put the kids to bed early or things like that? Like, did the lights go out right as it was dark?
Yeah.
What did you guys do? Did you just go to bed because there was nothing else you could really do?
That's what you do.
Was there any consequences, like if you didn't follow the rules? Would anything happen if you didn't follow the rules?
Would anything?
Like,
yeah, well, I guess they would fine you, but that didn't happen. We obeyed the rules, so we didn't get any punishment.
okay.
And you had to follow the rules for eating. You could get certain foods you could get and certain things you couldn't get.
Okay, did your job change in order to help the war?
I wasn't working then. When I was home with my daughter.
Did your husband?
Yeah, he worked.
Did he have to do anything different because of the war?
He wasn't taken before he had children.
Okay.
He had a child, so we didn't take him in service. So he just worked at his job. Yeah.
What did he do?
He worked as in a factory. factory.
Did they make anything to do with the war, or any impact
No.
on?
I
Okay.
don't know either.
What did he make in the factory?
Huh?
What did he make in the factory?
He worked in the, not exactly a factory, but a business.
Okay.
And he didn't make anything there after the war. He just worked. He didn't make anything for it.
Did you hear about Rosie the Riveter and like how
What?
Rosie the Riveter?
Rosie the River, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. How did you feel about her?
It was comical, I thought. Rosie the River.
Did any of your, I know you're going to probably tell us about June, but did any of your sisters, anybody else have to do anything with the war, or not really?
No. None of them weren't drafted or anything. And then my husband before we had a child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did any of your relatives fight in the war, and how did you feel when they told you that they were leaving?
My brother was overseas. He was in Italy. And but he was the only one. The other ones were in the States, but they didn't go overseas. But he was the only one out there.
Which one was it?
Oldest brother.
Bill?
He was right next to me, Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years younger than me. And he went overseas. And he was in a real bad part of the country where the war was
Okay.
bad. But thank God he came. A little later he said, I'll be coming home for Christmas.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I had an album of all his letters by. I got rid of it. When I moved.
Did he write a lot of letters?
Yeah, little letters.
Postcards?
Yeah, not a postcard actually, but a small little note, like a note.
Was it to you personally, or
Yeah.
to the whole family?
To me.
Because you were his
Yeah,
close
we
sister.
were close.
Okay.
We were 2 years apart, and we were real close in companionship.
Mm-hmm.
I was close to my 3 brothers. They all came after me. And then Bobby came, and then my sister June passed away in childhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Karley has some questions about June.
Well, first, in the letters that your brother wrote to you, did he tell you anything about the war?
Yeah.
Anything you remember?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, so, about your sister fighting in the war, what kind of, thing did she do, and, like...
She was in the Navy. She was out in California.
What was she called? Do you remember? What was the name of her?
She was what my father called her. Sprite.
But what was the name of... So, I know she was in the Navy, but weren't they called something? I can't remember the name of it. I know that you've told me before.
Yeah.
Do you remember what the name was? They called them something. The women who were in the Navy. And she had her name... You had her name put on the...
I had her name put on in Washington. They opened a place for the women,
Mm-hmm.
and I had her name put in. She's registered there.
Okay.
They phone in there and you can ask to see her, and they'll put it on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they put it up on the screen.
Do you remember... How old was she compared to... Was she... How old was she? Younger than you?
Oh yeah, she was the youngest.
Okay.
There was 3 brothers, 2 boys, 6. Bobby, 8, and 8 years difference between
Oh,
her and
okay.
me. Because after me came the 3 boys. And
Okay.
then Bobby and then June.
Okay.
June was the baby. And she died when she was 29 years old.
Okay. Why did she join?
Childless. She had her baby and got late. The baby kicked caused her death. But I don't believe it.
Mhm.
I think he made a mistake somewhere along the line and caused her death. But there was nothing I could do about it.
Yeah.
And she was had a service out there. She came here, had a service, and was buried in St. Gertrude Cemetery.
So she stayed out there after. Was she still in the Navy when she had her
No,
child?
She got out of the Navy.
And she stayed in California.
No. She moved to Ohio where her husband lived.
Oh, okay.
And they lived in Ohio.
Okay. Do you know why she joined?
She just wanted to. And she said, listen, then she met her husband. He was in the service in the Navy out there. He's from Ohio, but he joined and they were sent him out there. And then they met. She wrote to us, said, I met Mr. Wright. His name is W-R-I-G-H-T. I met Mr. Wright.
That's his real name?
Yeah, that's his real name, Wright.
Wait, what was it?
W-R.
It's Mr. Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T was his name. G-H-T. It's Wright. His last name really was Wright.
And I stood up to her when she got married.
So she came back here to get
Yeah,
married.
she came back here.
You getting all this, car? Gotta write a whole paper.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all the kids have to do that. All the kids have to do that.
How did you feel when she told you that she was going away?
I did more than they go. Because we were
Here,
looking at there's candy there. The kids want candy.
You want a candy?
I'm tempted.
Here. Aunt Doc keeps it out to attract kids like you.
She's at it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You want one?
Yeah.
Car?
Is there anything else that's like memorable that you related from the war?
What?
Is there anything like memorable from the war that impacts you again?
Oh, it was a hard time. In the war time. Because you couldn't get all the food that you wanted. Yeah, so you had to make do with what you got. And,
Did you worry about your daughter? Like, did you worry, when is this going to end and will my daughter be impacted?
my daughter,
Like, did you worry at that time when you didn't know how long this war was going to go on? You know, worry that, you know, one day my daughter's going to, she's living in this.
she was born from 1933.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's during the war.
Uh,
That's during the war.
35. So we got married in 33. So that's when I got married. She was born in 35.
Okay, so she was an infant. So
Yeah. The war was over.
it was over by 35?
35, actually.
Was it over in 35?
It started in 39.
What?
39?
It started in 39.
39? Oh. Well, it was only a couple of years.
She was young, so you probably
Yeah.
weren't that worried. Do you remember when they told everyone it was over?
Not really, I don't know exactly.
Yeah. No, I mean, do you remember how you felt when they
Oh,
said
I was happy. Because my brother went out and he was overseas. He was in, this is Italy. No, it wasn't Italy. I forget where he was at the end there. But it was really bad war going on there. And a lot of actors.
Mm-hmm.
He was lucky. He wrote me a letter and said, I'm going home for Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas.
The ones, your brothers who were here in the United States.
Yeah, George. He's down south.
Okay.
He was in a camp. And but the other brother, he was alive in the States.
What did your brother George do in the camp?
Huh?
What did your brother George do in the camp?
Okay. They kids did a lot of what was it? Some kind of work they did.
He probably did training.
And then whatever he needed done. They had to keep them up to camp and stuff like that. He was there too.
And they used to keep them there, and then they would train them in case they did have to go overseas.
Yeah, but he never went overseas. Just when Brother Bill was the only one went overseas.
And what's the other brother who was in? Fred. He was here
He
in
was in the
camp?
States.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were all drafted? All of them drafted
Yeah.
into the Army? Is it hard to talk about?
No.
Or it didn't impact that much because you were here?
No, he wrote me a lot of small little letters, and I made an album, and I kept it all the years, and then I got rid of it when I moved here. I didn't have the room to take it. So by that time, it kind of got pretty beat up. I still look at it all the time.
Yeah.
I was supposed to Fred, and I was supposed to George. George called me every morning. Every morning he called me.
Oh, really?
9 o'clock every morning he called.
Wow. Even when he was at camp?
Yeah.
Wow.
And his son, I was his godmother, and he loved me to death. He spoiled me. Always give me gifts. And Tom told him, don't give me any more gifts.
Richie?
He don't care.
Is that Richie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Richie's still, you know Richie, right?
Mm.
He still gives you all kinds of gifts?
Huh?
He still gives you all kinds of gifts? And he still goes to all the aunt's dinners, right?
No. He don't come to many of them, just one once in a while.
Oh, okay.
When he can make it. His bit, where he worked for Morton's.
Right.
And he died, the owner of Morton's died. And he sold the business to a company that had a different kind, just like a eatery, but not a fancy like it.
I thought it was Walensky and Smith.
Huh?
Did Walensky and Smith buy that? Smith and Walensky?
I don't think it was.
A chain. That's a chain.
Yeah, that's a chain. That's what they.
Yeah.
And they returned all the rooms over. It's about fifths of them, like it was.
Oh, okay.
When Richard was there, when it was Morton's, they were fancy.
Yeah, I remember.
That was more like a everyday restaurant.
Okay.
But he still works there. They kept him on. I think he's about the only one. And we're working him to death. But supposed to be having more time off pretty soon.
Oh, good.
Because he had learned the computer. He didn't have a computer. He had to learn the computer.
Oh, boy.
And do work on the computer. And so he had a lot of changes. He's still there.
Good.
Because he had other offers in New York, he decided he would stay with them.
Sorry, am I kicking you?
Yeah.
I'm kicking Lou, and he's trying to hold the camera steady. Sorry. Do you have any other questions, Cora? Was everyone who was in the war a hero when they came back? Was everyone that you knew who was in the war, were they a big hero when they came back?
Oh, yeah.
Were they able to get jobs when they came back and things
Yeah,
like
after a while. They got a job.
any lasting problems, like for your brother who was over there in the war fighting? Did he have any issues when he came back, or was he okay?
I wouldn't call them too much.
Yeah.
He had a really hard time on that when he was last. I can't remember how he come to me when I think about it, but I just can't remember where it went. I knew that was there, so I see her looking from out of there, from out of the wall. And we didn't get injured. Yeah, didn't have the injury.
Wow.
That was good.
You're lucky.
And we wrote with all of them home for Christmas. See you nice anniversary.
Mhm.
It was nice.
Want me to take it over?
As long as you told me.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Fine.
Have to make this report. All the kids to make this report.
Yeah, there was a lot of things. And like, since everyone is like getting too old to like remember, he's like, if you know anyone during World War II, make sure you interview them.
Want me to take it? You have any more questions, Car, or can I stop recording?
I don't really think I have any more questions. I think I'm good.
We'll go give Aunt Dot a hug and I'll get that on film. A big squeeze.
I'm a sophomore. I'm a sophomore.
10th.
10th grade.
10th grade.
What grade?
10th?
10th.
Second year of high school.
Okay.
Go ahead, go give Aunt Dot a big hug and a kiss.
Thank you.
You're welcome.